What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another tactic video. This tactic today, guys, is unbelievable. It is potentially the most dominating 4-2-3-1 that I have ever seen. It has worked at elite level clubs across Europe, but it's also been tested at lower league clubs as well. I'm going to show all this information with you in today's video, so let's get into it. So guys, before we get into things too much, I want to say this tactic has been brought to you by GYRFM yet again. He is my go-to tactics guru. He is sensational. You set him a challenge and he knocks it out of the park. He is a sensational tactics man. His links to his Twitter, his Twitch, and his Discord will all be down in the description below. Make sure you go on over, give him a follow, give him a follow on Twitter and Twitch, and make sure you hop in his Discord so you can see previews of this exact sort of thing. We're going to start off. He's done multiple tests here, but we're going to start off with PSG. Now, PSG, as everyone would expect, will be very dominant in their league. Would you expect them to be this dominant? I don't really think so. They've managed to win the league by 31 points with 102 goal difference. It is absolutely staggering. We're going to jump into the competition tab, but not only have they dominated France, they've absolutely annihilated France. They've won the French Cup, they've won the Trophée des Champions. They've also won the Champions League. And from memory, from looking at this save, they've done very well in doing so as well. Beating Liverpool in extra time in the final is no mean feat, bringing the Champions League trophy to Paris for the first time. If we go into their schedule, let's take a look and see who they faltered against. They drew 0-0 away at Marseille. They drew 4-4 away at Ajax, which is just ridiculous. Rafinha bailing them out, I suppose, in the 92nd minute there. But this is an unbeaten season, guys, from what I can see. Drew with Inter away from home, drew with Lyon, and then drew with Real Madrid, guys, drew with Stade Rennais. A completely unbeaten season in every single competition. Some of these have been absolutely massive victories. I'm looking at Marseille 7-0, Montpellier 6-0, a couple 5-1s in there, 6-0 down here. Absolutely smashed Real Madrid 4-0, then drew 1-1 away, beat Lens 5-0. As you can see, guys, this is an absolutely ridiculous tactic. But as we have said, this is PSG. We don't leave things just at PSG, which is why we've tried this tactic with multiple other clubs. Let's jump into one of those now. Not quite as good on the Centurion feet with this particular team, but Barcelona have absolutely dominated Spain again. We have had some losses in this season. As you can see, 3 losses in the league. They lost to Getafe, Sevilla, and Real Betis, knocked out in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, won the Spanish Cup, so a league and cup double for Barcelona. Bearing in mind the state that Barcelona are in right now, you can kind of see why this is a good tactic. But the thing that I want to draw your attention to in this is right here. 80+ goal difference. That is ridiculous levels of domination in the league. Again, you can see they've had some difficult runs. Having Juventus in their Champions League group is a tough one. Cristiano doing Cristiano things. The loss to Olympiacos is probably a bit sub-ideal. Losing to Juve 4-0 away from home again, not great. But domestically, very dominant. We wanted to test this so that you could see that it works with a lot of teams all across the world, and as you can see, another dominating one. We move leagues now. We're going over to England. We're staying in the Premier League, and I don't think you guys are going to be able to believe this one. I know. We're Centurions again, this time with Arsenal. Arsenal have managed to win the Premier League with 101 points. Manchester United hit 95 in this season. And Arsenal have just dominated this whole season in terms of their competitions. Knocked out by Bayern Leverkusen in the Europa League, runners up in the FA Cup, knocked out by Luton in the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. It's not as great here in terms of domestic competitions, but look at that Premier League run, man. Absolutely decisive in this Premier League run. Let's open up the Premier Division season and you can take a better look at it. Another 80+ goal difference season, 83 this time, 115 goals scored. They scored 9 against Leicester, 8 against Chelsea, Everton, West Ham. Very good formation, guys. Only conceded 32 as well, despite 5 of those being against Liverpool and 5 being against Leicester. The 3 losses this season, all away from home, all against big 6 teams, losing to Manchester United, Liverpool and Man City. 2 draws, Southampton and Liverpool both at home, but 33 wins, guys. Absolutely torching the competition with a team that we know is really, really bad. In terms of all the competitions, as you can see, Premier League just absolutely dominant. Couple months here where they don't lose any games, just absolutely flying, and then a rough end to the season, as is the tradition with this particular save, because GYRFM has taken this from my tactic tester. Let's go to Germany and figure out how it works there. So we go over to Germany, and no, we're not Bayern Munich, we're not Dortmund, we are Hertha Berlin. Christoph Piatek tops the goal scoring charts, 24 goals this season, and they've won the Bundesliga. They've managed to remove the stranglehold of Bayern Munich on the division, which is absolutely fantastic. Can we look at the stages and look at the league table, please? There we go. So champions of Germany, 3 draws, 7 losses. Remember, Hertha Berlin, not the strongest team in Germany by any stretch. Losses in here, mainly away from home, losing to Dortmund, losing to Bayern Munich, as you kind of would expect. But another domestic league dominated, really. The gap between them and Bayern Munich is only 2 points, but comfortably ahead of Dortmund. We've tried this in Italy again. Let's move to AC Milan. Now, this is something you love to see, isn't it? Zlatan Ibrahimovic topping the goal scoring charts for AC Milan in this simulation. 31 goals for Zlatan and 90 points out of the 38 games for AC Milan, beating Juventus to the title by just 2 points and then comfortably ahead of everyone else. In terms of all their competitions, they won the Italian Cup and the league, so another domestic dominating double, being knocked out by Spurs in the Europa League. Disappointing, but AC Milan are strong in Italy, not the strongest team in Italy, so it is fantastic to see them win a league and cup double. So we've covered a majority of the domestic leagues in Europe, especially at the top level. What if you're managing in the Championship or maybe in League One? It wouldn't be a GYRFM test if he hadn't tried it with his beloved Swansea City, so let's go there now. And what better one to finish the round of is Swansea City. It's the team that GYRFM or Gareth actually supports, and another season where they've got over 100 points using this tactic. Slightly easier because there's more games, but it's still impressive to get over 100 points nonetheless. In terms of competitions, knocked out in the 5th round by Everton, knocked out in the quarter-final stage of the Carabao Cup by Burnley, so beaten both by Premier League opposition. But just sheer dominance in the league, guys. Just the 6 losses, mainly away from home, and some of them in there against tough teams. Bournemouth is definitely especially tough, and they lost both games against there. Couple draws, 7 draws in there, but mainly W's, 33 of them in fact, topping the league with 106 points. So let's take a look at this tactic. This is it. It is a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to break it all down here. There will be a link down below where you can go and take a look at the article that GYRFM has put together on FM Scout. You can go and check that out. He will have much more in-depth analysis of this formation, and there will also be a download link for you guys on PC. You guys who are Xbox, FM Touch, all of that stuff, this is what you're going to need to build this team. So we've got a sweeper keeper in goal with the added instructions of take fewer risks and ease off tackles. If you need to add these, you just click on the edit button and add them in here. So you would click here, take fewer risks and ease off tackles. You will notice the difference between the instructions that are already on the rolls versus the instructions that are added by the white cog and the red circle. If you see those, you're going to need to add those on yourself. In addition to this, if you need to stop at any stage, please do pause the video and make sure you get these instructions right to get the best out of this tactic. So moving forward, wing backs on support on both the left and the right hand side, they have the exact same instructions. So this is what I was talking about, guys. So they have the instructions of get further forward and run wide with the ball as wing backs on support. And Gareth has added the instructions of shoot less often and sit narrower. That is on both the left and the right back as wing backs on support. Central defenders, both left and right, are the same again. They come with these instructions: central defender on defend, shoot less often, dribble less, hold position. Then he's got a DLP alongside a box-to-box midfielder. Let's start with the DLP first. My favorite position on the pitch. Shoot less often, take more risks, hold position. Again, very good position for me. I love a deep lying playmaker. The box-to-box midfielder has range from position. They're on support duties and they have the added instruction of shoot less often. Then left-hand side, inverted forward. Inside forward on support function, comes with dribble more, cut inside, take more risks, and cross less often, and he's added more direct passes to it. On the right hand side, inside forward, this time on attack function, so they come with dribble more, cut inside with the ball, take more risks, cross less often, and get further forward. One of the most powerful positions in Football Manager this year, and that is the shadow striker, only comes on attack. So he's got move into channels, get further forward, take more risk, dribble more, and he's added more direct passes, which is very interesting to see. When you see a 4-2-3-1, you usually think tiki-taka, not in this instance. And then we have an advanced forward up top, again, with the more direct passes. Very good. Seems like a very nice setup in a 4-2-3-1. It is a positive mentality tactic, and this is what you need when you're in possession. Take a look at things now. Make sure you pause the video if you have to. Looks very good. And in terms of in transition, this is what you need. So a counter press, counter when possession has been won, and take shorter kicks. And then out of possession, this is what you need. Much higher line of engagement, higher defensive line, standard defensive width, extremely urgent pressing intensity, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and get stuck in. So guys, absolutely dominating tactic. This is our Centurion tactic, the 4-2-3-1. As I said, this has come courtesy of GYRFM again. His links will always be down in the description. Make sure you go and check him out. He is a fantastic guy, comes up with these insane tactics, and if you set him a challenge, he will persist until he has perfected it, like he has done with this tactic. But that is where I'm going to leave things for today, guys. If you have enjoyed today's video, drop a like on it down below, subscribe if you are new around here for more Football Manager content, and until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you very, very soon.